Hey everybody, this is Alzorath, and welcome back to Wizardry, Labyrinth of Lost Souls. We are going through the final battle again. Each time I retried this, I actually did go through slowly on these, so you guys can pause and read the stories at the beginning. I will quote the ones towards the end. This is actually recorded after the fact, so yeah, the audio is at least, so hopefully I actually get everything right. But anyhoozle, this is going to be the final boss battle. I actually did a bit of grinding, and I just kind of kept putting off doing the final boss battle a few times because I knew I'd have to go through it a few times to actually beat it. And I just decided to go ahead and be like, okay, I'm just going to record the boss battle and then I'll do post commentary over it. But this actually only took me 2 tries on the second attempt through because strategy. And I actually forgot to recast all my enchantments and stuff like that, and I didn't even realize it while I was doing this. I am only catching this on the post recording. It would have been a lot easier with my proper enchantments up, like, you know, light and levitation would have been pointless, but yeah, our battle aura and stuff like that would have been nice to have. We got a shield from him. That first battle, easy as hell. We just beat him up. I will be showing the equipment that I'm using at the very end, because I did record that after beating him as well. And you will destroy everything he's created. Rawr! If you actually want to hear me saying the dialogue, I actually said it in the first attempt on them in the last episode, which I believe was episode 19? Question mark? Possibly. But yeah, our strategy for this guy, I'm gonna kind of describe it as we're doing it because it's a little hard to really actually even remember the terms for what I was using. I know I used huge shield to try to block some of the stuff, and this guy is kind of RNG dependent. You'll see him use a specific attack on his 3rd turn, I believe it is, and if he opens with that, it's going to rip you to pieces. If he does it twice in a row, you've basically just lost the battle completely, unless you're very lucky. But I use huge shield, and I just have them fighting with as much as they can. I thought about using Wish on Warzak, but I was like, nah, I need him doing damage. You're gonna see that I actually achieve this with a failed Wish. But opening up, I'm going to be trying to use Wish to get increased evasion, so just in case he does open with the multi-target attack, I can actually survive it. But if we don't have that, we're not going to survive it at all. So she's going to do Wish and do a raised dodge ability. We're going to have a magic wall go up and a huge shield. So if he does a single target thing, it's going to hit Orkai, it's going to hit the shield, and it's going to just destroy the barrier. Every single hit of his will pretty much destroy the barrier. You can see we're hitting with Bushido Blades. She's trying to hide in the shadows because I want some more money in case I decide to do the other dungeons as well. So I do want her to steal from them. All party members' evasion was drastically reduced because our Wish failed on the first attempt. I am going to attempt it again, but that's going to be kind of risky because that's going to rob us of Null Burst. Where you having Gablin do Null Burst. We're having her switch over to Wish, try to raise that dodge ability again, and you are going to actually use a magic wall to actually protect us. It takes me a few minutes to decide whether I'm actually going to do that or do a smite. But yeah, we go ahead and drop up the magic wall. He protects himself. We actually get lucky, and he actually attacks the walls again. We get a few other attacks in. You can see that cast Wish, dodge skill of all party members up. Yay, Null Burst boost there. Deals 173 damage. He heals up again. This is starting to turn bad. I think it's turn 3 that he does the horrible things. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and start doing other attacks. We're going to drop evasion fields in on Orkai to give him at least a little bit more dodge because those do stack on top. And magic wall again. And no, it's not turn 3 that he does it on. It's a little bit later. Sorry, I misquoted. So, like I said, not perfect. I'm recording this almost a day after actually recording the actual kill on him. So, yeah, perfect memory is not perfect. So, get more spells going. She's going to keep doing evasion field on Orkai, I think. Yeah, Orkai gets an evasion field. We're going to drop that magic wall out again to help him, and more backstabbing, because that guarantees a hit. Mirror shield makes it so that we don't want to really cast too much magic on him. So, yeah, we're going to keep boosting ourselves, doing a whole bunch of damage with the various attacks. I have Bushido Blade and Speed Dagger on Gablin, and Warzak I have like the ultimate katana thingy for Samurai. I could have Orkai attack, but honestly his Lord ability is what's saving me here. He attempts the shield, and there's Dynamic Flash, and here's where we start losing people. This is the one that he can open with. He can do this 2 turns in a row, and it does a ton of attacks, and it hits everybody, it breaks the wall, but we got a massive hit on him with Warzak and defeated Tempestus Rex. Here I'm just kind of like, was it really that easy? And yeah, it actually was. And we get a sword from him. I think that's Excalibur. I actually haven't identified it. So we might be seeing that later on. It's a very strong sword, but why? What have you done? You stand in the way of my dreams, the world's dreams. Diamant the Fifth. His body still meshed with grotesque remains of the demons that burst from within him. Struggles. Okay, whatever. I couldn't actually read that in time. However, even though he wraps his hand around the hilt, he has no strength left to hold it. Under my guidance, the world would have been seen peace. It would have seen destruction, too. My world. King Diamant the Fifth slumps to the ground. In his last breath, the dark mythical shroud covers his body. As the darkness clears, you can make out the broken body of the old king laying motionless in death. Lady Shin awakens slowly and moves to the cradle the corpse of the late king in her slender arms. She speaks quietly, barely audible to the great chamber. His Majesty asks the snake Gregor for help with gaining power. I attempted to seal the power of the Book of Dreams when I found it. That legendary item that makes written dreams come true, not knowing whether it was genuine or not. His Majesty set out to discover it. Okay. The results are, as you see now, only his lust for power grew as he researched, and he died. In search for the way to bring peace to his people, King Diamant V turned into a creature, craved destruction. Once the great king died and fell, unable to continue, Shin breaks down, sobbing pitifully over the broken remains of the now dead king. Diamant VI, upon hearing a full account of the event, made public announcements to his people. He said that the king was slain while attempting to rescue the Lady Shin from the hands of the kidnapper, Minister Gregor. Gregor the evil snake? The adventurers who know the truth of this demise keep it a secret to honor the man he once was. The threat has come to an end. And that is the end of Wizardry. I actually did enjoy the game. The grinding was surprisingly not bad. Most of my grinding I did on the 8th to the 10th floor of Shin's dungeon. I kept trying to... There's a seal I was trying to get. It's a sacrifice seal that would have increased encounter rate. Never found it. I know that it comes from red dragons. I know where red dragons are. I killed hundreds, if not maybe 1,000 red dragons. I'd actually have to go check the unit kill report. But I killed so many of them, never got it once. I have control seals out the ass. So, control seals are black dragon kills. You get those on floor 9 and floor 10. I think you can get red dragons on floor 10, but I was mostly killing red dragons on floor 8. And you get all that kind of stuff. The sword that I have is from the Cursed Weapons quest. I'm pretty sure I showed that off on camera, how I got those. I don't remember for certain because that was a few months ago. But yeah, the ultimate sword that I was using, it's just insanely good. I forget what it's called. It starts with an M. Bushido with the speed dagger was just a little side choice for Gablin. Because, well, I needed him to go faster, and I needed him to actually be able to deal some damage, so that little combo worked out pretty good. The main two, the Lord and the other samurai, were my main kind of killing machines on farming. I would literally just have them just rip through things, and it was super easy. If I ever ran across something that was too dangerous, I would just now burst the entire group and get like 12,000 experience from it. So it wasn't too hard. I'm fairly certain that this crew could actually even handle the higher difficulty dungeons, except for the really deep depths. Mostly what I ground for, I forget if I changed classes afterwards, but mostly what I was grinding for was extra life. That's the main thing I was missing. I had all the equipment I need. If you farm on floors 8 through 10, you end up with countless master plates, countless samurai armors, countless... all these other things, just killing things. You end up with a lot of really powerful gear. I actually ended up selling it, some of the stuff being worth over 250,000, some of it even worth almost 400,000 gold a pop, and I would usually get a cool million gold in maybe like an hour before selling stuff. So yeah, you're able to upgrade your characters quite a bit by just going through and selling stuff and farming for gold in these areas. Steel backstab, technically, was probably one of the best things for extra money as well, because I would use that and target the dragons with a backstab. If I didn't actually need to kill the dragon, like for the black dragons, I would totally just wait and backstab them and kill everything else first. That way I would get about 10,000 gold just from that one battle. So yeah, that works out great for leveling up characters as well. I could go into town and I would get like 5 or 6 levels just from one run. Just from the gold of tithing, and then I would be perfectly fine with a few more levels just from killing stuff. So that's how I got up into the 30s and 40s. And it really didn't take that long. It took less time than I thought it would. I thought I was going to have to grind, change classes several times to get the life that I needed, all that fun stuff. but I really didn't. I mainly just had some characters go through and get the spells that they need and then switch over to their final classes, and it was just plain and simple. We never even changed the thief off of her class, so she was permanently there. I did actually level up another character off screen in case I needed to swap them in. So I do have another, it's a Lord character. I do have another one of those. I was going to switch it over to a Bishop for more damage, but yeah. Oh, it says, retired already, fair adventurer. Unsheath your blade and take another look at the labyrinth has yet relinquished all its secrets. Yeah, there's a lot of other things I could actually do. There's 2 other entire dungeons and a whole bunch of quest lines in them that I could do. A lot of challenge kills and stuff like that. So there is more that I can do in the game. It is worth noting we are about to go into the part where I'm showing off their gear. I'm not going to list off all the gear. I'll just point out key things that I thought were interesting. But overall, I think the game is good. If you like dungeon crawlers, definitely give it a go, and the music's pretty good as well. But here's our equipment. We've got a 38 Lord with a lot of life, circlet, and you see it's pretty fairly basic thing. The Holy Mace is his best weapon. Murakumo is the amazing weapon. Dragon Kite I actually got from level 4 of Shin's dungeon. That's a pretty nice little shield. Bushido Blade and Speed Dagger on him, just for a little bit of extra work there. Oh, and the Samurai armor actually comes from the Samurai enemy, Musashi, or whatever his name is, I think. It's the dude with the spear. But we got Fire Wand on him, never really used it much. Mainly he was just a caster. And she, pretty much the same, we'd use Magic Wall and stuff like that. It's pretty straightforward for them. Seeker Rings, I accidentally forgot to switch them over to Hardy Rings. Seeker Rings helped me find stuff. Hardy Rings actually helped me get the, whatchamacallit, life recovery, whereas Seeker gives me luck to find stuff. Boomerang and Moonbuckler on her. I do have shurikens, but I never actually swapped her over to a ninja. But anyhoozle, we now have silence in the background because the video I recorded has ended. So if you guys enjoyed this, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you do want to see more of the other dungeons in this game, comment down below, and I'll look at possibly doing up either a side series or going through with a different party or even a new main character, just to go through those little side areas, or even with this party itself. So keep gaming, have fun, peace out. This has been Alzorath, and I will see you guys next time on whatever series you decide to watch, because this one's over. Bye.